Good morning. It is March and the time has finally come. It's time to plant in our first field. I am over here at the shop picking up a cedar. This thing is absolutely massive. This is a 12 meter working width cedar, and it holds both seed and fertilizer, so it can both seed and fertilize together in one pass, which is going to be very handy. That means one fewer times I have to drive over the field. It is the largest thing I can fit to this tractor, and it is huge. I think it's going to potentially be heavy for this tractor, but we'll find out. I forgot to mention, in February, when I bought the new property that I plowed that new field on, I came over here and Dan was on vacation at the time, so I spoke with a different salesperson here, Eddie, who I asked again about that forage harvester thing that they had over at Department of Public Works that I used to pick up all the sand. I needed to pick up sand on my new property. And Eddie told me the price on that was $65,000. I don't know if you remember, but when I talked to Dan, he told me the price on that was $80,000. So I thought Eddie's 65 sounded like a better deal, and I went ahead and bought it at that price. I sold like $22,000 in sand, so I haven't quite paid for it yet, but hopefully soon. So I had a little chat with Dan today about the used equipment, about why there was a price difference between what he quoted me and what Eddie quoted me on that forage harvester header thing. Dan swears it was an honest mistake. He didn't realize about the used equipment. He didn't have a note in my file about that, and that's why he never told me about it. Not sure how to feel about that, but I didn't press the issue. I still have Rachel giving me a heads up, maybe, if any used equipment comes up. And we'll see what happens. I don't know if that was the come to Jesus talk that we needed, or if Dan is still gonna do Dan things. There's a deer over there. There's a deer in the parking lot. I never see wildlife like that out there. I did notice, actually. Let's hop in here and drive. I did notice that when I started plowing fields, suddenly I have a lot more birds out in the frontier. I had a few around the oasis now and again, but now they're in the fields, and there are a lot more of them. So I'm wondering if I sort of continue to develop the property out there, if I would get more wildlife. Maybe if I planted some trees, I could get some deer, maybe get like some grass out there. I don't know if I could do a forest. It might be a bit ambitious. Maybe. It's really beautiful every time I come in the city walls here. I really love all the green everywhere, the trees, and how lush it all is. Theoretically, it's the same temperature. I mean, It's not any warmer out the frontier than it is in here. So I wonder if it's possible if I just start planting things, if I can create something lush out there for me. I will be curious to find out. Looks like the farms in here have been coming along. Some of those fields are planted. Nice. That one's covered in weeds. I'm gonna have to do something about weed control at some point. Alright, so my plan is I'm going to plant this field and then I'll have to come back into town to pick up a roller, which just helps improve the yield of your field by making sure all of the seed has come thoroughly in contact with the ground. Everything is sort of pressed in. It germinates better. And then I'm going to hang on to the cedar for the next month. It's cheaper for me to just hang on to it than it is to rinse it again. And that way I'll have it all ready to seed the next field. So I'll get this field seeded, and then I will cultivate. I still need to cultivate that new field that I plowed. And that way it'll be ready to plant next month. That is my plan. Doing farming on my property. I'm feeling a little bit more optimistic about everything with that house. Just being in a building instead of in a tent has reset my outlook a little bit. I am mindful of the fact that the lottery had two provisions. One being I had to get some crop in the ground within a year. And the second one was I have to stay out here for 2 years. So, kind of think somebody knew something when they added that second provision. But that means if I go back now, I lose everything. So, I'm gonna see what I can do to stick it out. After talking with some folks, I have decided to plant oat in the field back here. And then when I go to harvest it, I think that will produce some chopped straw in addition to the crop itself. And that will give me a little extra income. So yeah, let me... Ooh. I wonder if this is lined up. I don't know. I don't really know what 12 meters looks like. Maybe. We'll find out, I guess. Get this opened up. Nice. This thing is massive. I mean, it's really ingenious the way it folds up along the sides of this reservoir that holds the seed and fertilizer. Makes it nice and easy to transport on the road. This is a huge working with. This job is going to go so fast. Alright, well, let's hop in the tractor and get to it. I'll start a time lapse and see you on the other side. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm just about to wrap this up, but you saw I just got a phone call from Kate at the Board of Agriculture. And she was calling to congratulate me on Phoenix being home. What? What? I gotta go find out. Is this real? Is this real? She said that, she said that somebody from the oil refinery called her and they had dropped Phoenix off this morning while I was, I guess, in town. And so I wasn't around and they called Kate. Oh my god, that's him. Oh my god! Phoenix! You're back, buddy! Oh my god! Just swimming like nothing. Like nothing has passed. Hi, buddy. I'm so glad to see you. Hi. Yes. Oh my god. All right. Well, I need to spend some quality time with this guy. I'll bring you back soon. Oh my god. He's here. He's swimming in the pond. Amazing. I can't even tell you all how happy I am to have this guy back. I'm just so relieved. Hey, buddy. Hey, Phoenix. Yeah. I'm so happy you're back, pal. What a good dog. Oh, man. Yay. Well, that's such a happy piece of news. So, yeah, Kate called and said that, someone from the oil refinery, which is over there, you can kind of see it between here and the city, someone named Knox, who works over there, found Phoenix? I guess he had taken off in that direction after he got spooked by whatever it was, or whatever happened. That's still a little unclear. So Knox found Phoenix over near the oil refinery, brought him inside for his own safety, and has been looking after him since then. And saw my video, actually, from last month about Phoenix missing. And put two and two together, realized the dog he had found was Phoenix. And so I guess he brought him back over this morning. And I wasn't here. I'm a little bummed. I would have liked to have thanked him in person. But I am happy. I'm very happy. He called Kate at the Board of Agriculture, because I've talked about her repeatedly in my videos, just to make sure that somebody knew Phoenix had been brought back to check in. I guess maybe some people thought I might not have stayed out here after all that stuff happened. And maybe that was the end of the lottery winner. I'm not ready to give up yet. We'll see. Anyway, with every piece of good news comes bad news. I was over at the shop. I picked up this roller, which I bought instead of leasing it because I'm going to need it a lot. For every field, basically, after I plant it. And it's about $40,000 to buy this. It's a lot cheaper than that cedar, which is close to $200,000. So I'll roll this field, and that will make sure the seed is in good contact with the soil, so it can germinate better. But while I was at the shop, I found out Rachel has been suspended. I haven't heard from her yet, but I can't help but think this is somehow related to me talking to Dan about the equipment, and how Dan never told me about the used deals that came in. I only heard about those from Rachel. I'm going to have to dig a little deeper into all of that. I feel awful. I'm going to call her and see if I can find out what happened from her, and if there's anything I can do to help. I think it's a short suspension. I think it's like a week. But even so, that's a lot of time to go with no pay. And I was noticing earlier today, the helicopter was doing a very normal patrol. It was not hovering around my farm all the time. And I think Leo is off today. And the other pilots just do regular patrols. They don't suspiciously turn up wherever I happen to be. So, I don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna have to... I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk to Leo. I don't want to. I thought he was my friend. I don't want to find out that wasn't true. But I gotta get to the bottom of this because it's messing with my head. I'm going to hop into the tractor and run the roller across this field, and then that's probably gonna take care of March. I don't think there's a lot more farming I'll be doing this month. So I'll hop in this time lapse, and then I'll see you all a little bit later. Alright. That is all done. I'm gonna have to get a shed soon. I'm starting to really accumulate equipment. I mean, cedar's not mine, it's just leased. But I've got the roller, cultivator, fertilizer spreader, of course the tractor and the wheel loader. I think I could use a shed. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, check it out. My field is all planted. It's had its first application of fertilizer. I've rolled it. I think the yield on this is going to be just about as good as it can get. I'll have to spread some fertilizer again in a couple of months. But yeah, I'm so excited to see this germinate. I can't wait to bring you in next month and show you my beautiful growing field. Awesome. I think that is a triumphant note to end March on. So I hope you are having a lovely spring, and I'll see you next month. Ta-ta for now.